Hi folks, in our last session we talked about how to go ahead and get the most money you possibly can for your business, what price you should charge for your business. Today we're going to talk about how to raise that amount and do it in an ethical manner. Now I have to give a little bit of background. I have been a business broker in the past and people have flat out lied to me. I would go in and I'd ask them, how much do you want to sell the business for? And they tell me what I call a crazy millionaire price. If a crazy millionaire came in and wanted to offer me this, I would go ahead and take that price. And I'd listen to them, I'd say, that's nice, but what you also want to do is you want to realize that there's not a whole lot of crazy millionaires out there that might want to buy your business. So if you're looking for somebody other than a crazy millionaire, what's a price that you can go ahead and offer on this? In order to justify that, we had to take a look at your books. And people said, I have one set of books for real and one set of books I show to the IRS, so I had to pay less taxes. I said, that's great, that's wonderful, but you know what? The only amount that we can go ahead and show to a prospective buyer is the amount that you show the IRS. Because if I show them the books that are real and they're different than what you show the IRS, you could go to jail for years. And that always shut people up. Because if a business owner would be willing to go ahead and lie to the IRS, that would put them in jail for underreporting their income, why the world should they tell you the truth? You don't have any possible way to go ahead and put them in jail if they lied. So you want to make sure that when you're looking to go ahead and sell your business, that you have an audited tax returns and you can go ahead and back up those numbers. Don't just give them a projection. I can't tell you how many times I've had someone said, well, you can make this amount. I said, no, don't tell me what I can do. Tell me what you did and be able to show it. But how can we bump up those numbers? I'm glad you asked. Did you realize that it is possible to go ahead and increase your revenue by doing those things that you're already doing, but just doing them in a slightly different way? Do you know who the most profitable partners or most profitable new customers are? Your old customers, people that are already buying from you. Because if, let's say that it takes me $200 to bring in a new customer. If it takes me $200 to bring in a new customer, how many purchases will it take to go ahead and have them come in and purchase things before I start to have a return on investment? Quite a few. Could your cost for acquiring a new customer be higher? Yes. Could it be lower? Yes. Verify everything that you do. So whenever you get a brand new customers, you want to go ahead and ask them, how did you hear about us? Oh, you heard about us from the ad in the paper. That ad cost $500. How many customers did I get from it? I got 5. My cost for getting a new customer off that ad was $100 per customer. What was my profit? What was my sales on each of those new customers? How much did they buy? If they bought less than $100, I'm losing money. If they went ahead and bought $100 that time, and next week they buy $100, and next week they buy $100, next week they buy $100, next week they buy $100, it's a great investment if you can turn them into lifetime value of your clients. But I want to go ahead and point out something. You want to always be looking at increasing the number of regular customers that you have and go after your regular customers and spend your advertising dollars on those people rather than trying to get new people into your business. Why? Because if you spent $100 to acquire or $200 to acquire a new customer and they only bought $20 worth of items, if you spent that $200 to bring in your old customers, are they probably going to spend more? Probably, because you already know how much money they're spending. The first time or two, you go into a store, you might not buy everything you possibly can. You might want to go ahead and feel them out first. Let's see if I trust these people. Let's have them earn my business before I go ahead and make a major purchase. So always go after your old customers first and incentivize them to go ahead and purchase more. Spend more per trip, come back more often, and have increased retention, where they don't leave as often, and reduced attrition, where you have less people that go ahead and leave. If you can do those things, you can increase the value of your business by increasing the dollar value.